Hey everyone, Denise here from Sewlimitless, and in today's video I want to talk about this top that I made. It is called the Avery Tunic top from Style Arc Pattern. So let's get started. So a while back I did a video about a little pattern haul that I did from Style Arc Patterns. This is one of those that I had purchased at that time. Like I said, it's called the Avery Tunic top. And one of the reasons, or a couple of reasons why I thought this top was interesting is because it combines knit and woven fabrics, and it has an exposed zipper that you can put in on the back. I had never done an exposed zipper before, and I thought the combination of the fabrics was really interesting. So I wanted to give this pattern a try. It is rated as medium as far as how hard it is to do, and that's probably pretty accurate, I would say. But this is the one that I made. It is quilting cotton on the bottom. That's the woven part. That's the lemon fabric. And then the knit, the black part here is the knit, and that is cotton interlock fabric that I had already in my stash, and it went nicely with the lemon. I like the contrast of the yellow and black. So that is how I chose my fabrics. I was going to do a solid and do color blocking. This pattern is actually very good for that because you do have the different pieces, but I chose to at least do this for the first one. So let me tell you about that process. Now, although I did make mine from the woven and the knit fabric, there is an option where you can make it all knit. So if you do that, then you do not include the exposed zipper because you won't really need to put in a zipper if you can just pull it over your head. Here's my exposed zipper here. There's a separate pattern piece, a back yoke piece. You can't really see it with the print, but there's a back yoke piece, and that's what the zipper is included in. But if you are doing it from all knit, there's actually a separate piece that you will cut out that doesn't have the cutout for the zipper. So there are other options with this. Now, one of the things that I also liked, and I wasn't sure about this part, is there is a hem facing for the front and the back, and that actually gives you a really nice finish. You can see it here in the drawing. That's what these lines are here. It's a pretty wide hem facing. As you can see, it's a high-low hem, and it's a nice fitting top. It's comfortable. The one thing that I had the most trouble with, honestly, was putting in the exposed zipper. Even though I've done many zippers before, having never done an exposed zipper, to be honest, I really was not sure exactly what it was supposed to look like. And I wasn't sure if I was just supposed to lay it on top of the seam where the zipper is supposed to go, or how, whatever. And the reason I wasn't sure is because, honestly, I did not really understand what they were saying in the instructions. I really didn't understand it at all. Therefore, I had to go and kind of do my own bit of research, including watching some YouTube videos. So basically, I found out there are 3 ways to include an exposed zipper. One is where you do just lay it on top of the zipper seam where you would attach it. Then you can include it inside, like insert it in the seam, which is basically what I did. But because the facings or the seam allowance is shorter, it leaves a more exposed look to the zipper, which is what mine is. And then the other way is if you don't have a seam and you're doing an exposed zipper, you're basically going to create a slit and put your zipper in so that you have a functioning zipper. Like I said, I was very confused by the instructions on how to include that, and I did not understand the drawing that they have. So I just figured it out and got it to work. So I was happy about that. There is facings here on the inside where, as you would normally have facings on the inside of your zipper seam, you have a facing here on both sides. I also did not quite understand how that was supposed to go in. So I just did it the way I did it and I got it to work. I mean, it looks fine, but their instructions were a little unclear to me on that. Now, if you're not familiar with Style Arc, they are out of Australia, I believe. And so there were some terms. There was one term that I believe meant to understitch, which is what I did, but that's not what they tell you. They don't actually use the word understitching. They have a different phrase, and I was like, okay, I don't quite know what they're telling me, but I think what I should do is understitch with, I believe that was the facing. Yeah. So, little things like that. But that's probably one of the reasons that I would agree that this is of medium difficulty for putting this together. Now, once I got the zipper in, the exposed zipper in, it was actually very quick to put together. I pretty much spent almost as much time just doing the exposed zipper as putting the whole thing together. Otherwise, it comes together very easily. And like I said, you do have different pieces depending on whether or not you are putting in a zipper. So if you just want to avoid that part of it, then you don't need to cut out the woven piece, the piece for the woven back yoke that I did. You would just use, there's a separate piece for a knit back, and you have a piece, there is an actual piece for the neck binding. So you would do that and you would just be able to pull it over your head. I may do another one just to see how that one works out and maybe make it all knit. And, I mean, it's a perfectly nice top. It's very comfortable. And the thing I do like about Style Arc patterns is I really do like how they fit. I've made pants and other things from Style Arc, and I get a really good fit. So if you want to try something that might be a little challenging, this is a good one to try. I'm not sure if this pattern is listed in there. They have an Amazon store. I'm not sure if this pattern is listed. I will take a look. Otherwise, I can try to leave you a link to their site. I mean, I've bought patterns from Amazon from them, but I've also bought patterns directly from their site. It takes a couple of weeks for it to come to the US, at least for me. That is my take on the Style Arc Avery Tunic. I mean, it's a nice pattern, but just be aware that there are a couple of challenges. So a little, at least for me, you all might have no problem whatsoever, but for me, it was a little different. So anyway, that is it for my review of this pattern. Now I will tell you about something that I've been working on lately. Now, as for something that I'm currently working on, I'm almost done. It's this that's hanging behind me. This is a coat that I'm currently making, and I'm using Vogue 9069. It's an older pattern from, let's see, 2014. This one here. I actually have this pattern, bought it twice. This I'm making in a medium, but I had also previously bought the pattern in a large. So we'll see. This fits, and so I didn't want it to be oversized too much, but I will see how it works with different tops and things like that. But I'm making this from a polyester wool blend that I bought online at Fabric Warehouse Direct is the name of the site. And I just really like this color. Like I said, this is not quite done yet. I still have to do the belt, but I wanted to have an unlined coat. And so here I did not do a lining on this. I lined the front part and the hood. There's a hood at the back, but it's coming along pretty well. Like I said, it's almost done. I just have to do the belt and then just kind of you got to cut off all those little strings that are still left from when you're basting and all that kind of stuff. So this will be done, and then I can tell you in more detail about that. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I think I always like this one here. And although mine is more, I think it's view A, which is a slightly shorter. View B seemed very long. It seemed longer on me than it does on the pattern envelope on this model. So I went with the shortest one, which is view A, and I just lined the hood and the collar part here in the front. This one, you can do all one fabric, but this is very heavy. It's pretty thick. Like I said, it's a poly wool blend. So to do the front and the hood in this same fabric, actually, I think would have been too much. It would have been very, very heavy and weighty, and that wasn't something that I wanted. So that's why I just lined. I actually wasn't going to line it, and I decided that it would look nicer if I put some sort of a lining on there, but that's the only reason I did it that way. But yeah, pattern has been around for a while. It just says very loose fitting wrap coat, has front extending into pleated hood. So there's no buttons that you have to worry about. It's coming together. I've kind of been taking my time with it, but it's coming together quickly for the most part. I feel like I've been working on it forever, but it's actually only been about 4 or 5 days. So, it'll be done soon, and then I can really talk to you about that and show you what it is. But that is currently what I'm working on. So let me know what you all are working on. If you have any questions or comments about anything that you've seen in the video, or if you still have any other suggestions for videos that you would like me to do, please leave it down below. And if you don't mind, give the video a like and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I like to share and to give you tips and things that I think that might help you. These are things that I do myself, so it works for me. So that's the kind of information that I try to share with you. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.